Okay, so I had to hurry and come sneak into the bedroom and do a video because I've been meaning to try to get one done and just have not had the time to do one. So here I am in the bedroom with the door shut, and you will probably hear music and construction noises coming because they're doing a ton of construction on the home that we are moving into, or that we did move into. So if you hear that, I apologize. And I'm kind of all, and there's Lance again. And I've told him not to bug me when I'm doing these, and he loves to come in and poke his head because he knows it distracts me. So he's doing what he does best. Anyways, you can hear him in the background. So we've been up here for 9 days, and I knew the house that we're moving into was not going to be completely ready. I did think it was going to be a lot further along than what it is when we got here. And so packing up your whole life and then moving, especially out of state, and then coming to the new place, you kind of are thinking you're going to unpack and get settled. And that was not the case. The house was not nearly as far as long as being ready to move into as I was hoping for when we got here. And so that has been a big overwhelming and stressful thing to have to handle and deal with. And we did move up the date a little bit on his dad, so he didn't have all the extra time to do the work, and so he's been working around the clock. And we're both so very thankful for all the work that he's done on this place. He's making it absolutely perfect for us. But we are living in the construction zone, and it's been a little bit of chaos, if you will, because we have our bedroom and the bathroom done, and we have myself and Lance and 3 dogs crammed into a bedroom and trying to live out of that until the rest of the house gets done. And we're hoping by the end of this weekend, we're going to have it all complete and we can move in and I can decorate and make it my own space, because I'm not able to really do a lot on my business because I don't have my office put together. I have all my computer stuff and everything in bins in different areas on the property, and it's been a little stressful. It's been a little overwhelming. And, because I kind of wanted to get up here and jump in on it and start this business and be able to start helping people that have, been dealing with grief. And I wasn't able to do that. And so, the internet was the other thing, is that my phone service up here in this area is not the best. And so we couldn't even get internet connected until, sorry, that's my dog shaking. Real life. This is the drama that we're in. I couldn't even get internet until last Friday night, and finally got internet to where, I can actually start doing a little bit, but not a lot because I don't have the space and kind of crammed in here. So like I said, we're super thankful. Should have it done by this weekend. Once we have it done, I will do a tour so you can kind of see where we're living. A couple things I want to hit on. The first night we were here, because the house wasn't as far along as I was hoping it would be or thought it would be, I got a little overwhelmed, to be honest, because I'm like, here, I just moved, a couple states away, and I have all my stuff in the trailer and I'm not able to unpack it. And I'm like, I just need to take a breath. And so I went for a little walk out in the field, and it was awesome because this fox came running across, and just, it was a very calming moment for me. Because, having a fox that lives, 100 yards from where you live, and being able to watch it, it was amazing. And then at that same time, 2 bald eagles flew over, and those things are so majestic, and they are all over up here. And I just absolutely love watching them fly and do their thing. And so that's kind of where we've been, is just trying to get everything settled and trying to get things done and complete. Trying to unwind and relax, especially in a construction zone, is not the easiest, but I'm learning how to do it and not always having to be busy 24/7, which I was accustomed to being down in Utah and running a business. I'm super excited to get my business up and going, so I'm trying to get that started as much as I can. But with that, there's stresses. And so the other night, Lance saw that I was a little stressed, and so he's like, get your boots, come outside. Went outside with him, and he took me out on his excavator and taught me how to drive it. And there were so many controls and coordination of how to get your brain to work to control, and get it to do what you want to do. And I was able to, drive it and do some digging, and it really calmed me. And it was just what I needed. I told him that at the end of it. I'm like, thank you for doing that, because I really needed that distraction. And seeing him get on it and work his machine, and his ability that he has to run it, and how skilled he is in it, I was just in awe of him, to be honest, of how amazing he was with it. A couple of things that I've been able to do that I've never done is that Lance's friend and asked him to come and help move some cattle the other day. And so I went along with them, and I was thinking that I was just going to be on the back of the four-wheeler with Lance, and we got there and they're like, "You've drove a four-wheeler before?" I'm like, "Nope." And I mean, I have, don't get me wrong. I've drove one, but it was automatic. And this one you have to shift. And so Lance kind of jumped on and gave me a quick little how-to tutorial of how to do it. And then we went off on, moving the cattle. And it was really amazing watching that, because I don't know anything about the ranch life or moving cattle or anything like that. And watching these people do what they do every day, I was just amazed at seeing how they all work together. And there was one point all the cattle was in one corral, and all these baby calves were coming up, and there was like 30 around me, and I was just beaming because I'm like, I love baby calves. And I looked over at Lance with this big old grin. I'm like, "So when do we get to pet them?" And he just looks over at me in pure Lance fashion and says, "You don't." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So after we got them in the corral where we were moving them, I was talking to the parents, the owners, Ross and Sandy, and they were just kind of telling me about the ranch life, because I know nothing about it. And it was really cool to listen to them talk about it. And I just loved every minute of it. And they invited me back to, to the next step of when they do the branding and all that of the animals. And I'm excited for that. So, the other thing is, the other night, I've been trying to meet some people, and, I met a lady the other night, and she was just kind of telling me about how it is living in a small town. And she's like, if you ever get to the point where you need to be surrounded by people, she's like, you can get in your car and drive north or south and run into a big city, have that moment, and then you can come back. But you don't have to be, cooped up here all the time. If you ever start feeling like you need that interaction with people, just get in your car and drive. And I just thought that was so good. So watching the people up here in the small town, it's really amazing. I've met quite a few of them so far. I'm in awe of all of them, to be honest. Like, they really have life figured out in my eyes of how to unwind. They have this big perspective on life. And I can't wait, because I want to meet more of them, and I want to get relationships established with them and kind of learn from them, if you will. And so I'm excited to be here. It is chaotic. There is a lot going on, but I will try to get more videos out and kind of show you our progress. But until next time, love to you all.